Make death to America great again.
Wherever you live, you need to find your own target audiences. Here, I'm living in Tehran, the capital of Iran. I have nothing to talk about anything with the people. I'm not saying there are bad people or good people. I have nothing in common with them. I was talking about with the same subject with the AI, ChatGPT, and he says, you need to find the group, the support group. You need to find your own, the niche group. Some people who have compassion or about the subject you're talking about. But there's no one here. The society is just divided to the mostly two groups. And they are thinking so, dark and bleak, and they're stuck in their own black and white narrative, which I'm not gonna support. It is stupid, and society has just been divided within. And just take a look around. You see people are doing business, but you don't know who you're doing business with. I mean, your coworker could be someone who's just extremely supporter of the government. At the same time, you could be someone who hates the government the most, and it is really crazy. Of course, the society all over the world is just tolerating each other, but here is just crazy because at the same time, people are so black and white. They have so much hate against each other's beliefs. At the same time, they have to do business with each other. They have to go to the work. Maybe that's the same department, same office, maybe they're just co-workers very close to each other at the same store or shop or whatever. Or maybe they're just family members. I mean, they're living together, and their, ideology and their vision is so divided, they can tolerate each other, but they have to live with that, and there is no other choice. Because as I said before, you need the target audience, the support group. Because when you go to the hospital or whatever, you need someone who just carry your own body when you're sick, when you need support, when you need money, when you need whatever. And since living here, it just doesn't give you that support group, you have to suck it up. And as I said, I was talking with the ChatGPT, as I said, give me another option. And at the end of the discussion, he said, just suck it up. Not in that words, but his word was like that same meaning, it has that same meanings. And you have to suck it up. And there is no other choice. And don't complain, and you could just keep your own ideology, your beliefs or whatever, but you need to live at the same time. You have to earn money, you have to earn living, you have to do, you have to go to the doctor, see the doctor. That doctor could be some jackass, you don't like his own vision or beliefs or whatever, but you have to do that. At the same time, as you can see, I'm driving with the same people. I mean, you don't know who's the driver at that car or other car. They look the same. It's really communist country, so people are driving almost the same car every corner. But someone who could be like, could be a rapist. Who knows? Or another car driver could be like the judge who would put that rapist in, under the hanging rope. Anyway, so you don't know who's the driver of this car or that car or whatever, but as you have to merge with them, you have to just bond with them, you have to just suck it up and drive the same road, tolerate the same traffic, and don't complain. This happens at any society, at any community, but here is, as I said before, because the people are living in their own bubbles and see the world in the black and white, it is extremely bizarre. I mean, you don't know. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Let me just put it this way. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, the person who hates your guts, who wants to kill you, I mean, literally, they say like death to you, death to your ideology, death to your people who are same with you, but at the same time they're doing their own business every day because they have to. It is crazy, man. It is unbelievably crazy. I mean, it is nonsense. I mean, if you go to the Iranian supermarket or, you know, some places which runs with the government's resources, I don't know, maybe the hospital, the government-run hospitals, let's just put it that way, or university. There are some signs says we don't, we don't serve the woman who don't have a hijab, who don't have a full hijab or whatever, or don't have a hijab at all. There are some signs about it, and no one actually follow that signs, but it is there because in Iran there is some slogan, the phrase is called tarof, which is kind of a passive aggressiveness of dealing with other people. So in the passive aggressiveness, they're just saying, we don't support you, we're not serving you, but at the same time they actually do. I mean, they're not gonna face the dance, and they're not gonna fight with each other over that, because life is already hellish, kind of is in here. So people don't want to go to the hustle and just argue with each other. And this is not America. No one actually cares about the what exactly people are saying. I mean, if Americans saying I believe this, I'm actually really sometimes I get shocked with how crazy Americans are standing on their own grounds and just supporting some causes. Anything. Could be Palestinian, it could be Israel, it could be anything. I don't say what causes, but they're just standing and they are really serious about it. But here, especially in Middle East, in general, people don't give a shit that much. I mean, they're just saying death to Americans or death to America, but no one actually wish that way. Even if you come here, if you're American and just with your own t-shirt which made out of American flag, and just wave around and do the partying on the street, no one gives a shit. Not only that, they even maybe like you. I mean, they have been living in their own bubbles of, I mean, as you can see all around this street, there is no other people except the Iranian. So maybe some very few people Afghans, but there is no way you could see some like foreigners except the Iranians. So since they are living in these bubbles of the Iranians seeing each other every day, every corner, it is gonna be like a very weird sense of the adventure for them if they see you as Americans. So as I say, I'm just saying it's not serious when they say death to Americans or death to America, whatever. No one actually saying that. No one actually saying like Israel is supposed to be wiped out of the map of the earth. They're not saying that. I mean, they are saying that, but it's not gonna be that way. It's just something, it's passive aggressiveness of the Middle East, and they're just saying. Not just Iranian, just in Middle East, and people are just passive aggressive, saying shit, and they're not standing on their own, over their own words, and they're not supporting their own words, that seriousness. Maybe some people, very few people who get, fanatic and like being like in ISIS or some terrorist groups or whatever. But even those people are corrupt as well. You're not gonna find it something like actual fundamental people. I mean, can you imagine there is some people who actually living in like Amish people in Middle East? There is not gonna be like that. And those like myths about Taliban, and they're not listening to music. They are banning something like this, banning something like that. It's just something might, and it's not gonna be actual life of the Afghan people. I'm not saying they are in heaven. I'm saying it's not that extreme as they're just claiming it. So all of saying this shit here, there, I'm telling you, is just about to tell you life here, you need group support. And what you need, what is come with that is to tolerate the negative thoughts, negative people, based on your own ideology, based on your own vision or whatever. You have to tolerate those people. And it is ridiculous. Doing business with people who actually hate, it doesn't make any sense. And when you get into my position, which I hate everyone, which I'm not supporting the lefties, I'm not supporting the righties, I'm not supporting any religion, I'm not supporting any fucking piece of shit. What a great job, what a fucking great job. Look at this bus driver. It's mental, it's madness. What the fuck he thinks he's doing? Fucking retarded dumb fuck. So, as you can see, I hate people in general. And it doesn't matter if they're women, men, young, old. I don't give a shit. And I can't find a support group in Iran. And one of the fact I'm not vlogging in Farsi because I hate people in general. Not because they are Iranian or something like that. It's mostly because I hate Middle Eastern people. I hate corrupt people. I hate people who are backstabbing each other, taking advantage of each other. I hate them. Look at this. I hate selfish people. I hate people like that bus driver you see. But here you have to tolerate it. When you're on the street, when you're living with the people, you have to do that. There's other choice. You just have to move on and get your own shit together and go somewhere else and live there. Look at this old woman driving this car. Anyway, yes, if you don't like it, leave it. But that is just gonna be like a Western. That only means for the Western countries when they have their own passport and visa ready for anywhere on the earth. But when you're born here, when you live here, when you have an Iranian passport and your visa is not ready for any shit and you don't belong to any place. This is a this is academy teaching English language, which is bizarre. I haven't seen anyone speak English. You're gonna see it. People don't understand my videos anyway. So, yeah, all I'm trying to tell you, I have no support group. I have no niche group, so I could possibly make video with them and about them, with them, something here, there, whatever. This is gonna be hard, and it's getting harder and harder every day since I see the country is just really weird. And when I say weird, because as I said before, if you're saying something, you have to stand on your own ground. And when you don't do that, so it only means you're corrupt. You're full of shit. In a very ordinary word, you're full of shit. So when you say, I hate mullahs, but you're doing business with the mullahs and you love their own monies or whatever, so you're full of shit. At the same time, when you say that to America or whatever, but using American softwares, American products, and bypassing and disregarding the Islamic laws or government laws, so you're full of shit as well. So if you're not full of shit, you can't live with the people who are literally full of shit. And it is hard. It is getting harder and harder. I mean, let me just put this as a final example. So having a helmet on motorcycle is mandatory by the law in Iran, and the police actually could pull you over and take your bike away. This is a really serious crime. But as you can see, this guy is the only person I've seen in this entire vlog that actually have helmet on. And so when I say full of shit, this is it, full of shit. And when you see the police bikers, they're doing the same thing. They're not wearing the helmet. So this is a country which people acting and saying things are not, work together. Did you see that? Those girls didn't have hijab or just walking around like it's just, someplace in New York or whatever. So this country is full of shit, and Middle Eastern countries are full of shit. And that is really the hardest part of the surviving in this community, because you don't know what law you should follow. I mean, when you're someplace, you don't know, you would love to know which way is the right way. But when you see everyone is just doing some random shit, everywhere is going, and the life doesn't make any meaningless, it's become completely meaningless. It's become completely full of shit. And it will just burn you down, And if you're just some people who are just trying to do, the right thing, you're fucked up in these countries, in these types of lands, which people are just, they say something and they're believing something else. And it's not gonna be easy to survive. It's not gonna be easy to just, look at this. Lots of these bikers, I mean, look at that. None of them have helmet or whatever shit. And as you can see how the traffic is just working here, there. Everyone is just pushing their own car or vehicle or whatever. Whoever can is going the fastest. Doesn't matter where you're coming from or where you're going and your priorities. As long as you could push it, you're gonna push it. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Peace out.